Hello, and thank you for joining us for the 122nd episode of Drunk Doctor Who.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
5 years.
5 years. Yeah, we hit the 5-year mark.
Happy 5th anniversary.
Hey, there you go. Cheers, man.
Pink.
Mm.
Speaking of cheers, what are we drinking
6/11, 2018. We did An Unearthly Child.
2018.
Yeah, 5 years ago. Over 5 years ago. It was 5 years yesterday.
You ever go back and watch the first episode?
Oh, the one where you puked twice?
Yeah. It's just showing one of my new coworkers that today.
Mm-hmm. What'd he say?
Oh, he left it.
Cool.
So much I wish I hadn't shown him. Oh, you look exactly the same, by the way, as episode 1.
No, I got my.
I look
grew my beard out a good bit.
I look very different from episode 1.
There's a much larger percentage difference between 22 and 27 than there is 49 and 54.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right.
You're looking good, Hatter.
Thank you. You too. All right.
What are we drinking today?
Magma Flame.
Cayman Jack.
All right. This is Earthshock.
Earthshock.
Yep.
Oh, spoiler. On the cover.
Yeah, the funniest part is that's not actually in the video. Okay, well, something shocks the Earth. Earthshock. My wife said this was like a really bad... Earthshock was like a really bad 1970s sci-fi movie title, which is correct. Same for Time Flight, the next serial. And the final serial of this, the 19th season of Doctor Who.
When's the last time we saw the Cybermen?
It's been a bit. Yeah. Note, look, Cybermen, they're back. Alright, let's pull this in.
I noticed you had it pre-pulled out for me.
Yeah, there you go. Alright. Just to let you know, this is a very unique serial. Some of you may have been waiting for us to get to it. If you've seen all of Doctor Who and watching along, or if you're watching along with us, then you'll find this one unique.
I don't think anyone looks forward to any of these episodes.
Just a few.
Another one.
All right. I forgot to write 4 for number of episodes.
Oh, 4 episodes. We're back to the 4.
Yeah.
4-4-2-4.
All right. They aired. Today's the 12th of June, 2023. Like I said, yesterday was our 5th anniversary. Mm-hmm. They aired from March 8th, 1982 to March 16th, 1982, because they're doing the Monday, Tuesday scenario. The companions are Adric, Nyssa, and Tegan.
That's a lot.
Well, we've been rolling with 3 companions for a while.
That's the new average, right?
Well, we had 3 companions in the beginning, which was his granddaughter, Susan, and Ian and Barbara. And we rolled with that for a long time, replacing Susan with Victoria. Mm-hmm. Oh, pardon me. Not Victoria. What was her name? The one they rescued in the rescue.
Oh, King something. King something?
No.
Kings.
No.
Kingston. Kingsley.
What? No. Hold on. Vicky, not Victoria. Vicky. Victoria came along later in the second Doctor. Yeah, but Vicky. And we've had these 3 companions for a while now, since the last Doctor, since 4th Doctor. Mm-hmm. And there are other times when we have 3 companions, like Sarah Jane Smith, K9, and Harry, stuff like that, Mm-hmm. Or Sarah Jane Smith, the Brigadier, and Sergeant Benton, stuff like that,
And we're about to lose. Well, Tegan and Adric say they both want to go home. But it's okay because we pick up 2 new companions.
No, not really. There's a couple people who ride in the TARDIS, but they don't feel the companion slot.
So they're
not specifically there for the Doctor. No. Anyway, all right. Spoilers.
Wow. You're not gonna make me wait until next week to find out what happens?
Find out what happens.
Or are you just gonna say what happened?
Okay.
Just hear it.
Okay.
Does that actually happen though?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
Like nothing reverses it next serial?
No.
What? Is that our first? Besides K9?
Okay.
We have a companion death.
We
companion dies.
We have a companion
Oh,
death.
wait, no. Katarina died.
Okay.
She got
Katarina.
thrown out into space.
Katarina
Who
and
else?
Sarah Kingdom
Sarah
are
Kingdom
the two
died.
previous deaths.
And K9.
Well, no. K9 was repaired.
He turned into Mark II.
He was
Mark
repaired.
III.
No. But no. This is the first major companion death. Katarina was there brief, just from at the very end of one serial, just into a few episodes in the next. Sarah Kingdom was in the same serial, although it was a 12-episode serial, but she was there for like 5 of the episodes.
Yeah.
But this is the first major companion death in the history of the show.
I think Sarah Kingdom's my favorite companion.
She was good. I liked her.
I wish she would have stayed on longer.
Yeah, I wish she would have survived. But no, like I said, this is the first major companion death of the show, and it's a bit out of nowhere.
I mean, what killed Sarah Kingdom almost killed the Doctor too. He ended up regenerating.
He was
that season.
Despite no.
The time bomb thing.
No, the Doctor made it into the TARDIS, and that's not what.
No, he survived, but he regenerates that season soon after.
No,
he doesn't.
No,
I thought it was
he regenerates
the
next season. He regenerates in season 4.
Oh.
The Dog's Master Plan is season 3. In fact, it's 2 stories into season 4, which was the first serial of the Cybermen, which brings us right back to this one, because it is once again the Cybermen.
Was it not the season finale?
The Daleks Master Plan?
Yeah.
No. No, hold on.
Man, I'm all mixed up. I don't know how you remember all of this stuff.
I've watched it a lot. Okay.
Is this your 5th watch through of Doctor Who?
At least. Okay.
At least.
So the season finale, okay, after the Daleks Master Plan in season 3, you have the Massacre of St. Bartholomew's Eve.
Have you watched
The Ark, the Celestial Toymaker, the Gunfighters, the Savages, and the War Machines before we get to the next season?
All the classics. Especially Gunslingers with the mariachi band.
No. I really like the War Machines was good, and Celestial Toymaker. Alright. Although, we don't have all of it yet.
Forgot what I was going to ask.
Alright. Okay.
So this one is basically, the first 2 episodes is Starship Troopers.
The very first episode is a bit of Starship Troopers.
Got the helmets on, real sci-fi. It opens with these paleogeologists, excavating.
Okay, yeah. Alright, hold on. So, this is very strange and weird because of the companion death. Do we want to state who it is?
They should have to wait. That's how we get them to listen to the whole podcast, Hatter. Stick around to the end of our recap.
If they've already watched this far, we've already gotten credit for it.
To find out who dies. That's how we clickbait them. We should take one of those edited thumbnails where you should pick that as the thumbnail. And then put it in the thumbnail, companion death, and then the title is find out who died the serial.
Everyone knows who died.
And then we're gonna go viral, and we're gonna get an extra 2 views.
Instead of 4, we'll get 6.
That's pretty good for us, yeah.
Okay. Alright. So we're starting out in the year 2523 or 2532.
No, don't do that anymore.
Adric dies at the end of the serial.
He died as he lived.
Rest in peace.
Doing math.
Well, that's true, actually. Alright, okay, so, anyway, we're in the year 25, I can't remember if it's 23 or 32.
Something.
Yeah, this lady who is a paleontologist.
Do you think we'll live to see that?
You and I?
Yeah.
That's 500 years from now.
Yeah, they're supposed to be coming out with immortality or something.
That's exactly 500 years from now if it's 25, 23.
Yeah.
Let me see this.
You think we're going to be like the Futurama head in a jar?
No.
You're going to be Fry?
No.
I'll be Bender. So
you were born in Mexico?
Wasn't I?
All right.
Mexico.
Alright, so anyway. There's a scientist who is apparently lost her entire team down in these caves. And this is in the future of Earth 500 years from now. Like, exactly.
Which was how many people?
7. She lost 7 people. Wait, how many deaths do we have in this serial?
A lot. $27, I think.
The humans. Did you get Adric in that?
Yeah.
Okay, and Cybermen?
And then a few more Cybermen.
There's like about a dozen Cybermen deaths. Like, at one point, the bodies are stacking up on the floor practically.
I think the Cybermen had the last record for most amount of deaths. No, the Daleks have the most amount of deaths. The Cybermen have the record for the most amount of deaths per episode. And I think they still hold that.
Did you get the other 2 Cybermen deaths in the TARDIS as well?
More Cybermen, nod.
Okay, alright. There's like 27 humans die. At least a dozen or so Cybermen die. And every dinosaur on the planet.
I stopped counting humans after 22. I just have a giant question mark for Adric. I stopped counting the Cybermen after.
Oh, you thought the doctor was going to go save him in the next serial, or didn't know?
There's like 5 Cybermen, and then 4 of them die, and he's like, wake up the rest of them, and there's like 100 more.
Thousands. Thousands.
I'm like, oh, I can't. I'm just going to stop counting.
Yeah, like I said, at one point they're defending the bridge, and they're piling up on the floor, and it's just crazy. All right. Very violent episode with a serial with a lot of death.
It was like 35.
Yeah, or
40.
And millions and billions of dinosaurs. Alright, so...
he went out with a bang, man.
Yes, he did.
A big...
Alright, so... Earth, 26th century... all these paleontologists and geologists get killed in a cave. There's one survivor. She gets out. She gets these soldiers to go down there with her. And there must be 15 of these soldiers. No, they pretty much all die. They go down there and they are trying to find any survivors, or if not that, bring back the bodies. Right.
There aren't any.
Yeah, there aren't any on both.
There aren't anybody.
She basically leads these soldiers into a slaughterhouse. It's an abattoir. And abattoir. It's French for slaughterhouse. And it's also another commonly used word for it.
You know what musical sucked? Sweeney Todd.
I thought you were going to say that, yeah.
Yeah? You don't like it either?
It's not the best musical. But the movie's okay, the music's okay, but it's not Oliver or Sound of Music or anything.
Yeah, or Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge, great movie.
The best musical.
The movie that reignited the entire format, yeah.
So, You watched Doctor Who like 7 times through. How many times have you watched The Simpsons through?
2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
I don't have Simpson watching groups the way I do Doctor Who watching
We should
groups.
start one. Are we going to start The Simpsons podcast?
Maybe if we ever catch up on Doctor Who.
It's not Simpsons, right? It's The Simpsons?
The Simpsons, yeah.
The Simpsons.
Well, if we ever catch up on Doctor Who, The Simpsons might be next.
Like if we finish
all of it, yeah.
In another decade.
Yeah, thereabouts. We're on the 5th Doctor out of 14 at the moment. 15 is already filming.
Do you know what we're gonna do for our next? That's right, our next movie night.
Yeah, The Man Who Killed Don Quixote.
Oh yeah.
Terry Gilliam's currently final film.
Until he
or
comes
his
out with
latest.
his last
And
one.
he's like 80, so
80.
possibly he's final. He might get one more in. I hope he does. He
And
might
we
get
might
one
get
more film in.
another History of the World Part 3.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's 92?
Mel Brooks?
Yeah.
Yeah, 98 or so.
98.
The man fought in World War II against the Nazis.
You know what I watched? My grandpa too. You know what I watched? I watched Lost in Space, the remake, the 1999 one with Matt LeBlanc from Friends.
Was that any good?
It was. I love it. It's not good, but I love it because I watched it when it came out when I was a kid or later. When did that come out? 2000? 1999. Yeah. I think it was while he was filming Friends. Okay. Great movie. Danger, Will Robinson.
Exactly. I don't even know who Matt LeBlanc is.
From Friends, he's Joey.
Never watched Friends.
You watch episodes?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no. Thinking about someone else.
No, I've never. I've seen clips of Friends, but I've never watched like an episode.
Oh, Shannon watched episodes.
Yeah, I've just seen clips of when it's referenced in other things. You know.
Let's start a Friends podcast.
No.
Drunk Friends.
No. No, The Simpsons. All right.
Okay.
Anyway.
So Doctor Who, Simpsons, then Friends.
Yeah, we watch shows that have been on for a long time, and Friends only lasted like 12 seasons. 10 seasons. Alright.
So after we finish The Simpsons, then we'll start Friends when you're like 90, because we'll only have,
And I'll be asking you every week,
who's
that character? Who's that character? Why are they like this? And, yeah.
Is that what you're going to be like when you're 90?
No clue. I hope I'm as sharp as I am now. Alright, anyway. So, in the meantime, when the soldiers go down into the new cave system that was just very recently found, the Doctor and Adric have a fight on the TARDIS. Mm-hmm. The Doctor decides he wants, they're really sniping at each other, and neither of them, but especially Adric, is not being nice at all. Period. The Doctor decides he wants to land the TARDIS. They land on Earth, 25-23.
Adric has some zingers in there.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he does.
Like you don't actually teach me anything.
Yeah.
But you expect me to know everything. It's like, oh. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll spend some more time with you. I give you my word. He's like, oh, just like you gave your word to Tegan that you get her home.
Yeah, he's just really flinging the stuff,
I think the Doctor needed that.
Yeah. So, anyway, the Doctor lands at TARDIS. He lands it inside of this cave system, right near where these paleontologists and geologists were attacked and killed previously.
They look like Starship Troopers if they're just playing paintball because they have these paintball masks around there.
Kind of. They do look very Starship Troopers-y. Although that movie came out after this serial by like a decade.
And so did paintball, I think.
Anyway, the people down there, the soldiers and the one paleontologist, their group gets separated into
they're called troopers, right?
No. They're called.
No, they call him Trooper. Trooper Bane is like the infantryman's rank. There's like sergeant, professor, lieutenant, but like the grunts were called Trooper.
Anyway, they get split up because there are.
I think I can make it through that lamp.
No.
I didn't have a non sequitur this episode.
It's a more serious episode.
Yeah, it was an awkward silence.
Yeah.
Open on an awkward silence.
Huh?
Just like the last serial.
Yeah, the last episode.
On an awkward silence.
Alright, so anyway, they go down there. The party gets split up for various reasons. And, somebody gets injured. They have to go back. They get split up. And they get killed. Like these two black figures, androids.
Chrome dome.
Yeah, chrome dome, no faces.
The androids are back.
Oh, it's a different
The
android.
exact same androids are
No,
back.
it's a different android. Ooh, but something kind of like it shows up later, but it's silver instead of black.
They're not the same androids?
As which ones?
The ones
androids
at
of Terra?
Yeah, or at the airport.
No.
Or the plastic ones.
The Autons.
Yeah.
No.
They're not okay.
No, they're different androids.
Well, they're the androids and then they're the Autons.
They were the Autons. There were Autons before there were the androids of Terra.
And then there are the androids.
And then these androids, yeah.
And then the Cybermen were like, androids are valuable.
Yeah. So...
But not the same androids.
Correct.
Where did the Cybermen get androids? They made them?
They made androids. Alright.
Okay.
So these androids show up and they start killing people. And a bunch of these soldiers die. Then they run into the remaining ones run into the Dr. Tegan and Nyssa, because Tegan and Nyssa were outside with the doctor and they were talking about the dinosaur bones that were down there, and they were talking about the destruction of dinosaurs and what they look like, and how there lots of foreshadowing, lots and lots of foreshadowing.
Meanwhile, Professor Kyle, and Sergeant Mitchell and Lieutenant Scott, and they branch off with like Trooper Bane, and then like Snyder is over there watching the radar, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it's an Eggo waffle. That means it has 2 hearts, and that was the doctor. But they can't see the androids because they
Not an Eggo waffle.
Eggo topic.
In topic.
Egg topic.
In topic. In topic.
Egg topic.
Anyway, he knows the doctor's an alien because he has 2 hearts.
Egg.
Alright.
But you can't see the androids because they don't have heartbeats.
Right, because they're not flesh and blood. It runs off, it specifically stated earlier, it runs off of the mild electronic impulses of the human body, including heartbeats.
So they see people dying and they assume it's the alien Eggo waffled heart doctor. And they're like, we gotta get down there and arrest him because he's killing our geologists.
In the meantime, the androids slaughter a ton of people.
Yeah.
And then you get the doctor caught by the soldiers, him, Nyssa, and Tegan, and then the androids show up and they're fighting against the androids. And it takes a while for the doctor and the soldiers to figure out how to damage an android.
Yeah, and then Tegan says something about humans, where are they at in the evolutionary chain of things.
Yeah,
because they're talking about dinosaurs.
Yeah,
and then the doctor calls humans primitive again. Very primitive.
No.
Because he's always got to take shots at humans. Because he's a Time Lord. But you know who else is a human? Batman. Iron Man. Green Arrow. All of which I bet could beat up the doctor.
Tegan asks. And the doctors pull a sonic screwdriver and screw up Iron Man big time. Tegan asks, I wonder where my ancestors were, where they were on the evolutionary scale when the dinosaurs were wiped out. And the doctor says primitive. Very primitive. That is not taking a shot at humans. 65 million years ago, supposedly. Yeah.
No, she meant in like 1982 humans. Or 81 humans.
It's still 65 million years
Which she
ago.
can't... from the future? We're 65 million years into the future?
No. From now or then, the dinosaurs got wiped out 65 million years in our past. Alright, where's the end of episode 1?
The androids show up, and then they blow one up, and then a Cyberman shows up, and he goes, it's the Cyber Leader.
Yeah.
End of episode 1.
There you go. Yeah, destroy. Oh, that's right. Because the androids are scanning around through the people.
They see the
after he
doctors.
gets wounded. Yeah, and they see the doctor, and he goes, destroy them all.
Destroy.
So, what are your questions from episode 1?
We covered a few. The doctor doesn't have his sonic screwdriver anymore.
Correct.
Also, the doctor doesn't want to go to E-Space. But Adric plots a course anyway.
Yeah, big subplot
because he's good at math, and that's why he has his gold star. A literal gold star.
Yeah.
It's not a figurative gold star sticker, it's a literal gold star.
Adric was complaining that he was always the butt of all the jokes. He wants to go home. The doctors would want to take him to E-Space because he would have to go through the random time event deal. And this is the reason they have an argument. And finally the doctor's like, look, I will consider doing this if you figure out the calculations. And that's what Adric was doing in the TARDIS, while the Doctor, Nissa, and Tegan are outside the TARDIS when they get caught. Talking about the dinosaurs and all that. Yeah. Okay. What other questions from episode 1?
So then the guy with a nice mustache is like, they're robots. And the doctor goes, no, they're androids. And then they're like, whoa, were they guarding, right? That panel over there. So they go, pew, 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 pew. And they destroy the other Cyberman. Android. And then they go, pew, pew, and there's a hole in the panel. And the doctor's like, I wonder what's in there. And he shoves his hand in there. And he
opens the panel. And in the meantime,
wiggles it around and breaks it. And
right. You see the Cyberman, and the main Cyberman is like, Cyberman leaves like, destroy. Yeah, he's like, okay, start the bomb. Apparently, there's a bomb in there.
He's like, danger, Will Robinson.
So you have deep in these caves. There's a panel holding a bomb that was supposed to destroy the Earth. And the Cybermen have not blown it up yet because they're waiting for all the people from all the planets, which we find out later, to get to Earth before they destroy the Earth.
It's only about yay pig.
Yeah, it looks like a jam box.
Which is terrifying.
So
a terrorist would, have a backpack as a suicide bomber, except you destroy all of Alderaan with it.
Okay.
Don't even need a Death Star. Isn't that scary? You better, TSA better be on. Planetary TSA better be on.
Planetary TSA. Yeah. PTSA.
Yeah, checking for all those boombox planet destroyers.
More like PTSD, okay? Oh, man.
Oh, and Earth is holding a conference. Convention.
Where they're supposed to be signing treaties that will unite all these people against the Cybermen.
A military pact convention.
Okay.
And they're all the military leaders that are cosplaying at the pact convention.
So Adric was in the TARDIS. He finished his Psalms.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out of the TARDIS, and he literally crawls up this incline and takes a rock and smashes one of the androids' heads in while the others are firing at the other android. Great initiative,
Yep. He must have a +4 initiative.
Yeah, something like that. Good dex. Or the feet. Mm-hmm. Alright. So then the doctor opens up the deal. There's the time bomb. And the doctor's like, okay, we need to stop this bomb. And he sends everybody else to the TARDIS.
Yeah. And the cyber leader's like, detonate it now, and he's like, okay, detonating, whoop. And then the cyber leader's like, how long till detonation?
30 seconds.
A minute.
30 seconds.
It's a very intense 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Until they have 30 seconds left, and he goes, they stopped it.
So the doctor.
Why wouldn't you just have it? If it's a remote bomb, couldn't you just have an instantaneous detonation?
No, I think you have to
Has to charge
arm it. Yeah. Charge up, set up for the explosion.
How did it get there? Did they ever say how it got there?
No, but you're assuming that the androids
They
put
stashed
it there.
it in there?
Yeah.
And they didn't arm it then?
No, they armed it, but okay, everything needs time to start up, like your computer, right? You get your computer, and it takes a moment to start up. It's kind of the same thing.
Like a car bomb. You get in your car, you're driving home for a minute, and then it explodes. Yeah.
I don't know how car bombs work.
Instantaneously.
Yeah. So anyway, the doctor manages from the TARDIS to jam the signal so the bomb doesn't explode, and then he and Adric go to disarm it.
Yeah.
They are methodically disarming it.
Adric's like, what's the hurry? And the doctor's like, oh, they could boost power and break through our jam.
Jamming, yeah, which they do.
And then, yeah, because the cyber leader walks up to the radar and he's like, oh, what is that? Raspberry, we've been jammed.
Only one man would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star. So anyway, the Cybermen managed to get past the jamming by putting in more power. Tegan and Nyssa, Nyssa is pushing as much power as she can. And Tegan's like,
whoever it is, they're fighting back.
Yeah, Tegan's like, wait a minute, the TARDIS has unlimited power. Yeah. And Nyssa's like,
the transmitter
but the transmitter doesn't. So the doctor and Adric are disarming the bomb, and methodically, and then it starts counting again. And the doctor's like, okay, it's time to go from
30 seconds.
Yeah, logical disarming to intuitive disarming.
The blue one.
Yeah, and he manages to disarm it. Yeah. Yay, the Earth does not blow up.
You liked V for Vendetta, right?
No.
You didn't?
I hated the movie, and I hated the book even more.
Why?
Okay. In the movie, nobody shoots at his head. Everybody, or his legs. Everybody shoots at his chest. Look, I've got an iron plate on my chest. Nobody shoot at my head or legs, but shoot at my chest. So everyone shoots at his chest. The book's even worse, because the book is, I will torture you in my house for months until you see my way via Stockholm Syndrome. And then you'll be the next V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
No, that's horrible.
Oh.
That's so bad.
You remember when we had this conversation last week?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
Well, last week or the week before, one of those.
Yeah, I'll bring it up next week.
No. Wait, we're not going to be here next week. We're on vacation.
I'll bring it up next month.
Oh, there you go. Alright. So anyway.
And then the guy with the nice mustache is like, I'm a Starship Trooper.
Yeah. So,
do they have like a nice mustache?
Yeah, good mustache.
You kind of the opposite. You have no mustache.
I don't like a mustache.
You don't like it? It tickles your nose?
Tickles my nose. I can't sleep at night.
I'm gonna do... I'm thinking about shaving everything but the mustache. So it's just gonna be...
You're gonna have a good porn stash.
Yeah.
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 Alright, go for it.
Okay.
Dude, if you guys haven't noticed, I trimmed my beard, but big time. But that was before last week. No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, I said it was very chiseled. Like
Thank
the
you.
Crimson Chin.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so... Yeah, then you showed me the Crimson Chin.
Yeah.
Right.
Chuck Norris doesn't have a chin, he has a
third fist. Alright, so anyway, they managed to disarm the bomb, and then the doctor and Adric go back to the TARDIS, and the doctor's like, okay, we need to figure out where the signal's coming from that armed that bomb. So they follow the signal, and then they're following the signal, and then we switch to this space freighter.
Here's my theory, is this was filmed as 2 episodes, and then 2 episodes, 2 separate serials that led into each other.
No.
I think they're experimenting with Black Orchid. They're going 2, 2, 2. But then they combine the 2 and 2 into one serial and just called it.
It doesn't quite work for several reasons.
One, they went to the Monday-Tuesday format, so I think they're trying to have a serial every week with 2 episodes.
No. First of all,
Monday-Tuesday.
Monday-Tuesday.
It would help the
We get the ship
Mm-hmm.
in episode 2, not episode 3. We're all on the ship in episode 2.
Like the hive when they start down here and then they go up there and it's
We're on the ship in episode 2.
other serial.
We're on the ship in episode 2. Second of all, we have had serials go back to back into each other.
Yeah.
Like
the hive.
Well,
The Sontaran experiment and
okay, you're talking about season 12. Tom Baker's first season goes right back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
But also, the one with the Daleks, the
Mission to the Unknown.
No, the colony planet or the colony on the moon with Pertwee was in.
The hive.
That went directly into the Dalek one. The hive.
Yeah.
The hive.
All roads lead to the hive, I think.
What?
I just see it.
Are you talking about the Ark? What are you talking about? Oh,
No.
you're talking about
I think every episode
the Ark in
relates to-
space.
I think the hive is the penultimate serial of all Doctor Who.
The hive.
Yeah. With the bees.
Find a cereal called the hive in
Okay.
your notes. Or near.
I'll have to look it up.
There is no the hive.
Is there not a hive cereal?
No.
Is there later on?
Only what?
Is there one later on called the hive?
No.
Oh. I think there's going to be one coming out.
What was the plot of the cereal you're talking about?
Bees. Human bees, right? Something in space.
The Ark in space?
Were there bees in that one?
Not really. Are you talking about the one of the first Doctor when there were bees?
The hive mind? So episode 3,
Wait.
right?
Alright.
There's the hibernating Cyberman.
I really want to know what you're talking about.
He's like,
we'll come back to that.
Wake up all the Cybermen that are sleeping.
Alright.
We need reinforcements. That was the end of episode 2. Where they're like, murderers! Because they found them.
Yeah. More guards get. Okay. So on the ship that we're introduced to in the middle of episode 2,
The hive.
there's a captain, a grizzled old lady, I'd say about 65.
Looks like the lady from Murder, She Wrote. What's her name?
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, that one.
Except much shorter, actually.
Was that?
Angela
Is she
Lansbury's reasonably tall, or was reasonably tall. A first mate who does the computer stuff, and you have a security guy. And it's the 3 of them as the officers, and there's a bunch of grunts. The security guy's paranoid because apparently they've lost 3 people during the course of this flight. The ship is trying to get to Earth for the lady's bonus.
Yeah.
And they got stopped because Earth is on red alert because of the conference. And so they scanned them like a half a dozen times so they could get through. But finally now they're heading to Earth. And
But the Cybermen are aboard, right?
Yeah. We don't know that quite yet. But yeah.
And then the doctor's aboard.
Right. The doctor shows up
With the Starship
TARDIS.
Troopers.
Oh, yeah, the Starship Troopers decide to come on board the TARDIS.
Including the guy with the mustache.
Right. He's got about 4
Mitchell.
or 5 grunts. And we have the lady paleontologist. And Nissan Tegan
Kyle.
and Adric. They land. The doctor goes out for a reconnaissance mission. Adric goes with him.
They made up.
Yeah, they made up. The doctor apologizes to Adric, and Adric apologizes to the doctor. And the doctor's like,
It's half sincere.
look, these sums work. We can get you home. And he's like, I don't really want to go home anyway. Well, then why'd you do all these sums? He says, well, I might change my mind later.
Yeah. And to prove a point.
And to prove a point. So the doctor leaves to go on reconnaissance. Adric goes with him. They're looking around. They hear some screams. And these two...
More people die.
Yeah, the two security patrol guys died.
And then the doctor gets blamed for it.
Right. The doctor and Adric show up. And Adric's like, we should leave before we get caught and blamed.
Yep.
And they stand up and the security guy's right behind them. What's his name? Raven something? Or Riven?
Snyder? Seaton. Foster. Vance. Berger. Carson. Ringway.
That's it.
Ringway.
Ringway. Berger is the second in command. Ringway is the security guy. Yeah. A couple of those guys, that just died. And end of episode 2. Boom.
Halfway done.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. You need a refill?
Intermission.
Alright. Did you toss your empties and get a refill?
Yeah. I had this one like halfway down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had this one halfway down. Because I accidentally dropped a new one before I finished this one.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. But now they're both finished.
Cool.
Did you need a refill?
No, I just did one actually right now.
Oh, I should have brought an extra.
As you do.
Alright, finish the recap.
I'm working on it.
I'll be right back. Doesn't this look nice?
Yeah.
I don't think that actually...
We'll come back in a bit. So I can do the recap. Alright. So the doctor gets taken by Rivway and Adric to the bridge where the captain wants to watch over them. The captain wants to kill them. The doctor's like, no, you don't want to kill me. We're not the people who killed these other people. And she's like, well, I don't believe you. He's like, no, trust me, we're not. In the meantime, the Cybermen have revived a bunch of the Cybermen, say about a dozen. And they're walking through the corridors. Doom, 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 doom. And finally you see them on the screen. And it was like, oh, Cybermen. You know, the captain's like, friends here? She's like, definitely not. Those are Cybermen. And they keep going. In the meantime, the lieutenant, or the head soldier guy with the mustache, and his 5 guys have left. The TARDIS. Nyssa stayed back, and the paleontologist stayed back at the TARDIS. Tegan went with them. So there's 5 soldiers and Tegan. And they eventually encounter one of the Cybermen, or a couple of Cybermen. And Tegan she was having a hard time keeping up, the same way the paleontologist was earlier, in the first episode, in the caves. And Tegan's like, oh, I'm just a mouth with legs. Why did I come? Because, he was like, you can't keep up. You insisted on coming. She's like, yeah. But she rushes up, grabs one of the guns from a dying Cyberman, and helps kill him. And shows a good bit of bravado and gumption during episode 3 especially of this serial. Anyway, so those soldiers are running around fighting the Cybermen, trying not to die. In the meantime, the doctor and Adric are on the bridge being watched by the captain and the first mate and eventually the security guy. Although the security guy gets sent out with another squad of his to hold against the Cybermen after they see them. Because they're like, wait, they're Cybermen. And you're going straight to planet Earth during this conference. They're wanting to get there to take over the planet. The doctor says. And the captain tells Ridgway to hold everything. He sets up some defensive barriers with trunks and crates and things, and he sets his guys to defend them. The Cybermen blow through them. No Cybermen die. Another 4, 5, 6, 7 deaths for the humans. then eventually the captain and his men catch up to some of the Cybermen, defeat some of them, yay. And the main Lieutenant Cyberman, or the cyber leader, gets with some of his guys to the bridge. And he's like, yes, we've taken over the ship. And it takes them a while. They get close to the bridge, and some big metal panels come down to stop them from getting onto the bridge. But they bring up a thermal lance, and they're busting through one of the deals. And the doctor reprograms the antimatter containment field
because they fluctuate.
Right, to stop them from getting into one of the where the thermal lance was trying to get through.
Did you hear Alyssa yelling "suck it"?
No.
Watching basketball.
Yeah, tonight's Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami and the Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets. And Liz is rooting for the Nuggets, and they're up 3 games to 1. If they win, it's over. Yeah.
Miami Heat, though. That's a strong team.
Well, they've looked strong until this series.
Yeah.
This series, they don't look so strong.
What happened?
No clue. I think Denver just outclasses them. Anyway, so...
Also, who doesn't love nuggets?
Hmm?
Chicken, mostly. Nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. I like
but, gold nuggets, I don't want to...
I'm not going to argue against gold nuggets. Alright. Anyways, in the meantime, speaking of gold, in the meantime, the doctor tells everybody on the bridge while they are defending themselves that the Cybermen are susceptible to gold. Hence,
their almost annihilation on the planet of gold with Baker.
Right. So so Azric grabs this gold star. He goes, gold. And then the Ravenclaw guy, what's his name?
Do they have gold in East Base?
Yeah, obviously. He's from East Base, and there was gold.
What is East Base?
We've been through this before.
And why is there gold?
We've been through this before. Because it's a basic element. All right, I'm going to the restroom. You continue. Okay.
Ring away. Been gay.
No, we're towards the end of episode 3, where the cyber leader takes over the bridge and confronts the doctor and all that.
Yeah. So Adric, he's trying to be subtle. He's toying with his star, but the cyber leader, he's sharp. He catches him.
No, not the cyber leader. It was what's his name?
The other cyber. Oh, the traitor. Ringway. He's going to get a. So he's wrong. It was cyber leader. The grabs Adric. Goes, what is this? And Adric was like, oh, nothing. And he goes, star. Okay, I think Heather is right. It was Ringway. So he takes the star from him. I don't remember what he does with the star, but at some point the doctor ends up pocketing the star or something. I don't know. Things happen. What is this, episode 3? There's a whole bunch of hibernating Cybermen. How do we talk about that? It's very reminiscent of Tomb of the Cybermen, right? He probably said that too. But not just because of the hibernating Cybermen, but especially because they all start like punching through walls and stuff like they did in Tomb of the Cybermen. Because the end of episode 2 was like, reinforcements, we need reinforcements. Oh wait, no, that's the end of this episode. Well, anyway, he wakes the Cybermen up because a few Cybermen have been killed at this point because they realized that if you do all the guns on a Cyberman, and then they stole their guns from the Cybermen and used their own guns against him, which was quite effective. So like the one ambush, they got one gun, and then that led to another ambush where they got 2 more guns. So now, the resistance doing pretty good. Not so much for the doctor. and Adric, because they're, being held captive on the bridge with Ringway being gay. But, the guys that ambushed, the rest of the troops and the companions, they ambushed the one and got the Cyberman gun. And they ambushed the two, and they got 2 more Cyberman guns, and then they forced their way onto the bridge, right? So, things happen. And then at this point, Cyber Leader, he's not happy. He's like, he thought this was a small resistance, crew of the spaceship. So it wouldn't have taken much to take over. So he just had his Cyber Leader's own personal, reinforcements. But at this point he realized, that's not gonna cut it. He's like, wake them all up, wake up all of the Cybermen. So all the Cybermen are waking up, and then they start, punching their way onto the the hull of the ship. So, they're doing good until all the Cybermen are waking up. And that's the end of episode 3, basically, right there, is the Cybermen. So, so far, the first 3 episodes, we've seen about 10 deaths per episode. And,
oh my gosh, I love
we have... She's watching. That's cool. She's cracking me up. Not only is it so violent, so here's another thing why I thought, they're going for another 2 cereal and then 2 cereal, a cereal a week kind of Monday, Tuesday thing, is because it feels like 2 cereals are kind of bunched together here because there's just so much going on. And the recap into episode 3 is so short. It feels like
it's like 2 seconds, 3 seconds at the most. Mm-hmm. It's like boom, gone. Okay,
so it feels like they kind of ran out of time. So
yeah, there are some episodes in the 6th Doctor where we have extended versions that we'll be watching the extended version because they had to edit stuff out for time, but it was better with it, and those have been recouped, and we get to watch the extended version of the episodes.
Are there extended versions that have not been recouped?
Not that we know of.
Oh, mysterious.
At the end of the podcast, I can tell you about the guy who died in his collection.
Don Quixote.
No.
The Doctor Who collection?
Yes. Well, I'll explain it later.
Okay.
Right. So we're in episode 4, right?
Yeah, we just ended episode 3.
Right.
Just
do you have any questions for episode 2 or episode 3?
When Ringay betrayed them, he's like, "You're pointing the gun in the wrong direction." He's like, "It's like, no, it's a coup. I'm pointing it at you."
It's like, the Cybermen will be here and they'll take over. They must have paid you a lot of money. Shut up, you're dead.
So, one thing whenever we talk about Cybermen is we have to talk about how the Cybermen used to be humans, kind of on the twin planet of Mondas, but they have no humanity. They don't have any emotion, right?
Right, it's all taken out of them.
So they're just emotionless cyborgs, basically.
Generally speaking, yes.
That makes them more efficient, that they don't have anger.
Right, in the future, there's the lone Cyberman who seems to have a bit of logic and emotion. And there's an episode where a guy's being converted into a Cyberman, and his love for his baby overflows the circuits of the Cybermen and causes them to die.
Cybermen have babies?
No, it's this guy's being converted to a Cyberman, but he already has a kid. Right. And love for his kid overflows the circuits, and a bunch of Cybermen die, and it's kind of silly.
So there are no cyber babies?
No, there are Cybermats and Cybermites, but no cyber babies.
Because there's no cyber women. Just cyber.
No, there are Cybermen is the name of the race, like the human race.
So there are cyber women.
They're just called Cybermen.
Oh.
In Germanic languages, including English, when the plural male incorporates and encompasses both genders.
Yeah.
So postman includes men and women. Mailman includes men and women.
Yeah.
It's just
Because
it's all inclusive.
Germans believe in equality, right?
Well, once again, German. You don't say German, yeah. It includes both genders.
You don't say Duchess. This is Deutsch.
Alright,
so
episode.
But basically, Cybermen don't have any emotion, right?
Right.
So that's why the Cybermen hate the Doctor, and they have all these feelings of revenge, and they don't want to just kill him because of logic and efficiency. They want to hold him and force him to watch the destruction of the world, to torture him, because they hate and
Well, we also hate the Doctor because he's thwarted them several times.
Which is an emotion.
Yeah, well, essentially.
So the Cybermen don't have any emotions.
Essentially.
But they feel hate.
No, they just want him to suffer, which is kind of a byproduct of
just
hate.
on the principle of things.
Essentially, yeah.
It's logical to torture. Just to set an example.
Kinda. Hey, don't you have one more of those little dealies out there?
I'm gonna have to drive home at some point.
That is true. We do have a guest room. Okay, so where the heck were we? Episode 4.
Yes, just started. Short recap. Cybermen plan to bomb military pack convention.
Well, they're going to blow up the entire planet Earth
They're all
with the ship,
because there's a whole bunch of leaders
from different planets,
to make a pact, military-wise.
So
huge, the best pact.
A lot of stuff happens in this episode. It could have been 2 episodes.
Right?
So much stuff happens.
Could have been a whole other. It's different. It could have been a serial.
No, it could have been 2 episodes.
Could have been. This whole serial could have been 2 serials.
No, the first one. No, you couldn't even get 2 episodes out of the first part.
But they did.
No, an episode and a half. Then we go to the other stuff. Okay. So, the Doctor's on the bridge with the cyber leader, Adric Tegan, who got caught. She got separated from the other, from the soldiers.
Resistance force.
Yeah.
That have commandeered the Cybermen guns.
Right. The second in command, what's her name?
Which one? Foster? Snyder.
No, it starts with a B.
Burger.
Let's see, Burger. And so they're trying to figure out what they can do against the device that the Cybermen have placed on the ship to force it to impact into Earth.
Burger seems like a firstborn child, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, very independent, strong, firstborn child. I just imagine that face inspired feelings in her mother. You know, she born her firstborn daughter, and she just said, "Oh yeah, Burger. She looks like a burger. That's gonna be her name."
No, Burger is a surname.
What kind of name is Burger?
It's a surname. It's a you're on a ship. You use military designations. You call most people by their last name.
Burger is a rank.
No, it's a surname.
But it's Burger.
There's a surname Burger. Berger.
Hedderberger.
Okay, like Foster is a surname. And there was a guy named Foster.
Do you think her first name is Cheese? Or Ham?
No, it's probably Lucy. I don't know.
I think her first name's Cheese, middle name Ham, last name Burger.
Alright. The cyber leader leaves everyone on the ship to die.
Why do they call it a hamburger if it's beef?
Because Hamburg, the city, is where they first started making hamburgers.
Oh, that's great.
Hamburg, Germany.
Beef sandwich.
Once again, Hamburg, Germany.
Yeah.
Hamburger. Alright.
Beefburger doesn't have the same ring.
Correct. Alright, the cyber leader takes the Doctor under threat of killing Tegan. Takes the Doctor and Tegan back to the TARDIS with one guard. And they go into the TARDIS. And this is it. Okay. This is after a bunch more Cybermen were killed trying to enter the TARDIS. Another soldier was killed. The soldiers went out.
Waking them up from hibernation.
The soldiers went out, killed a bunch. Okay, so the soldiers. Okay.
The Resistance. You captured the Cybermen.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So the guy with the mustache, soldier, and he's got about 2 or 3 soldiers left under him.
Giggity? 2 or 3 soldiers left under him.
Yes, 2 or 3 soldiers left under him. Anyway.
Winky face. Yeah.
Alright. Okay, they're running around trying to find the Doctor and Adric. In the meantime, the Doctor and Tegan have been taken back to the TARDIS by the Cyber Leader and One Guard. But there's a... No, stop it. There's a whole bunch of Cybermen that are killed. Anyway, so the Doctor, the Cyber Leader are on the TARDIS with Tegan and Nyssa. And the Cyber Leader's like, okay, I want to... The Cyber Fleet is too far out. I want to watch the impact on Earth close up. So I want you to get close to that. And so the Doctor kind of takes a TARDIS and phases it near the ship. Yes.
Is this keto friendly?
Technically, yes.
Doesn't have any carbs. So if I start a keto diet, I can have Diet Cokes?
Technically, yes, but I would not recommend it.
Why?
Because any diet drink... No. Any diet drink with an artificial sweetener, what it does is it takes all your calories in your bloodstream when you drink it, because your body's like, there's calories coming,
Yep.
and it converts them to fat.
Yeah.
But no calories come. So then you get hungry because there's no calories in your bloodstream, and you eat. A diet drink like that has the opposite effect of what you intended to have, which is it actually makes you fatter. It does not make you lose weight.
Your body reacts to sweeteners like it's sugar. But you would still enter ketoacidosis.
You can still enter ketosis, yes, but ketosis. But I do not recommend diet drinks.
That sounds like something you enter when you're hibernating. Entering ketosis, as that aligns your chakras.
What?
Sounds like...
Where's my fly swatter?
New Age style, right?
Alright. So anyway...
I don't think you're a hipster.
No.
Like you're not.
No, I don't dress well enough to be a hipster.
No, you were the cool version of uncool before uncool became a thing. AKA a geek. Kind of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Brains and
I will
personality.
unwrap that later, but thank you.
No, brains and personality. Like, you wear your glasses sincerely, your t-shirts ironically.
I don't wear my t-shirts ironically, and I don't have any glasses.
You landed the first Rafflecopter.
What?
You took in twins. No, you took in children when you were like 12, because you're an early adopter. Kind of old man hipster, right? Old school. Hatter's an OG.
Oh my gosh.
OG double D-O-G. D-O double G. Snoop Dogg.
I bumped into him once in New Orleans.
He told me that.
Yeah.
In an elevator, right?
No, on the stairs. He was coming up the stairs, I was going down the stairs.
Did you get an immediate contact high?
No, it was New Orleans, you can tell. Alright. So, anyway.
We went to New Orleans.
Huh?
We went to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Are you going to New Orleans with Chris?
Probably not. I'm taking some new people this year.
Yeah.
To go see Saints game.
Were you going to invite Chris? You were going to invite Chris?
No, like I said, I'm inviting new people.
But not Chris.
Well, not Chris Phelan, my brother Chris.
That Chris?
Yeah, my brother Chris.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense now. I'm like, I didn't know Chris would be into like a Saints game.
I don't think he is. Alright. Well, my brother Chris is. Okay. So anyway, the Doctor, Tegan, Nyssa are on the TARDIS with a cyber leader and one other cyber guy. Back on the ship, hurtling towards planet Earth, is Adric, the captain, Burger, about 4 soldiers, including the guy with the mustache, and they're fighting off some accidentally reanimated Cybermen who were not meant to be reanimated because all the other Cybermen who had been activated left to go to the Cyber Fleet or with the Doctor on the TARDIS.
So you see them in their saran wrap going like, what's going on?
It's all very Tomb of the Cybermen.
Yeah.
In fact, we had a recap earlier in the serial of here's how the first Doctor defeated us.
Oh yeah.
Then here's how the second Doctor defeated us. Then here's how the fourth Doctor defeated us. And now we have this guy. He must be the fifth Doctor. Yeah.
Iconic Cyberman episodes.
For each Doctor, yeah.
Wasn't it crazy when they showed up on Gallifrey?
Cybermen?
Yeah. Like after the Deadly Assassin? Was that the Cybermen or the Daleks? And they're chasing them around the TARDIS? That was the Daleks that showed up.
No.
No, it was the
Santarans.
Santarans.
That was the Santarans.
Not the Cybermen.
Yeah.
Santarans, you're right, because he never saw the... Wait, that was Baker. Okay.
Yeah, Baker did the serial you're thinking of.
I'm getting my doctors crossed.
Yes. The third Doctor never saw the Cybermen.
My sonic screwdrivers cross streams there.
Alright. Okay, hold on. So anyway, all these oddly animated Cybermen are approaching the bridge, and now the soldiers know how to pick them off, and they're killing them. There's just bodies of Cybermen on the floor, at least 10 or 12. And on the bridge, Adric and Burger are trying to figure out the logic puzzles to remove the Cyberman device from the ship so they can gain control of it to steer clear of Earth.
Adric's like, it's only a gate of 4 logic puzzles and
3.
They're like, that'll take forever, and Adric's like, well, we better get started.
So Adric's figuring this stuff out. They figure the first one out, and it gives them a little bit of control.
3 more to go.
Well, 2 more. There's 3 puzzles total. 3. Would you care to place a wager on this?
I still think it was a minute the bomb was set. I don't think that's the only thing we've disagreed on.
3 puzzles.
Just recap.
Alright, so Adric's working through the puzzles. Like I said, a lot goes on in this episode. A lot. It could have been 2 episodes. Adric's doing the puzzles. He's trying to work at the logic. All the Cybermen are finally killed off, except there's one injured one that's still going there.
Leaking green ooze.
Right. In the meantime, the ship is hurtling towards Earth, but...
Why is it green? Didn't they used to be humans?
Well, yeah, but that's the...
Is their motor fluid?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Motor fluid,
Lubricant?
Lubricant, the pistons, what do they operate on?
Lubricant. Oil.
Well, no, there's something else with pistons.
Oil?
No, I'm too drunk to think of it. But fine, we'll go with oil. Anyway,
so the lube is leaking. The same as Cybermen.
So they figure out the second puzzle.
Yeah, 2 more to go.
Right, and 1 more to go. However, the ship's about to hit the Earth, but they've traveled in time. They've gone back in time exponentially because
million years ago.
Yeah, they've gone back in time 65 million years. And
which creates...
So we go back to the TARDIS.
Canon set time event.
Yeah, locked in time event, yeah. So we go back to the TARDIS, and the Doctor's like, the ship's going back 65 million years.
Just like how the TARDIS also created the Big Bang, which created the universe, which the universe created it so it could create itself.
How did the TARDIS create the Big Bang?
I don't know, wasn't that the plot of an episode? During the White Guardian season? They're like,
No.
oh, we are the big.
No. Although to be fair,
like they go back in time to create events that had already happened back in time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
The asteroid.
to be fair, in the future, during the 11th Doctor, the TARDIS does become the Big Bang.
I know.
No, in the future though. In the
I thought
future.
that already happened though.
Well,
also,
it has and it hasn't.
So the Doctor's responsible for all of creation, but also the extinction of the dinosaurs.
No, he wasn't responsible for that. That was the Cyberman. All right. So anyway, okay. So the ship that is hurtling towards the Earth is set to the coordinates in space, but it's moving through time and it's going back 65 million years.
The dinosaurs were
they had no idea what was
extinct
coming.
by aliens.
By the Cybermen, yeah.
And then aliens helped us build the pyramids to recover.
Yeah.
Which are like 5G towers, which I think give you COVID.
Yeah, okay, you're not driving.
They put the chemicals in the water.
You're not driving. Okay.
The frog cave.
So
they sent Obama to vaccinate our kids.
Yeah, you're not driving. Okay, so
Black helicopters.
The freighter keeps heading towards Earth. All right.
I'll still be.
Adric's trying to figure out the third puzzle. He's trying to steer it away from the Earth. He's trying to make sure the freighter doesn't do it. The captain, the last two soldiers, the first mate all jump onto an escape pod, and the soldier grabs Adric and drags him over there. And then at the last second,
the cyber leader with the Doctor doesn't know that they did a coup, and destroyed all the Cybermen. So they see the escape pod ejecting, and he goes, "Oh, those are just my Cybermen leaving." But it's actually the captain and the rest of the troopers.
Right, the first mate and the last.
Except Adric, he's on the elevator with them, and he goes.
Last second, he goes, "Oh, that's it!" And he thinks he figures out the third logic puzzle. He jumps off, goes back up. He's typing in the answer to the logic puzzle,
and he gets it right. He solved the third one. One more to go.
That's what he's stuck on. There was three.
And then the injured Cyberman comes up, shoots the console, and he goes, "Oh, I've got it." And he goes, "Oh no, I destroyed the console before I could do the fourth one."
No, the third one before he could finish it. And then he goes, "No, if I'll ever be right." In the meantime, the Doctor and Nyssa and Tegan, who's been great in this serial.
Oh, great.
Hurls herself.
Tegan's great in every serial.
No, but she's great in this one. She complains way too much.
No.
She hurls herself at
as good as
at the Cyberman leader.
Better than Adric.
She hurls herself at the Cyberman leader, throws him off balance. Then the Doctor takes Adric's gold star and crushes it into the intake flux. He the Cyberman leader is kind of immobilized, but he's firing randomly. Hits the TARDIS console.
They're allergic
before he dies. Yeah, well, they are because it screws up their silver and its gold.
Which means if you're like a social media influencer that eats like gold leaf on all your lunch meals, you're probably fine against the Cyberman attack, right? Have you seen that trend?
What?
It's like a $10 hamburger. They put some gold leaf on top of the bun. Now it's a $1,000 hamburger.
And there's alcohol with gold leaf floating in it, right?
Activated black charcoal in the bun too to turn it black.
What?
Social media influencers, they're all.
I'm not on social media. I hate that crap.
They spend like $10,000 a meal.
Buy somebody a house, okay? Alright. Anyway, so the Doctor, Adric and Nyssa, the Doctor, Tegan and Nyssa managed to finish off the two Cybermen that are in the TARDIS. They gain control of the TARDIS, but the console's been damaged. And they're watching the freighter hurl itself towards the Earth 65 million years ago, at the same time dinosaurs were wiped out. And the Doctor cannot move the TARDIS to save Adric because the console's damaged. In the meantime, the freighter hits the Earth. The freighter impacts the Earth. Adric dies.
The dinosaurs die.
And Tegan and Nyssa and the Doctor are all upset.
Die.
No, they don't die, but they're upset. And we have our very first major companion death. And the end credits scroll with no music. Just a scene of what's left of Adric's gold star on the floor after the Doctor rubbed it into the Cyberman's chest.
It's rough.
Yeah, and the credits just roll in silence. It is very rough.
Do you want to reenact that?
No, I don't have a gold star. Okay. What questions do you have for episode 4 and for the serial overall?
What's our next serial?
Time Flight.
So episode 1 of Time Flight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Picks up right after this episode, right? Where the freighter destroys. The Doctor goes, "Oh no, Adric," and then he realizes he's in a time machine, right? Goes back in time 15 minutes, saves Adric, picks him up.
Nope. Adric's dead. He never shows up again.
But he has a time machine.
Some events are fixed, and the event that causes the death of dinosaurs is a fixed point.
Is Adric being on the ship a fixed point?
Presumably.
No!
Adric is dead.
The Doctor's in the time machine.
Adric is dead.
Why doesn't he go back in time and save Adric? Because the Doctor's incapable of piloting the TARDIS accurately.
Well, the TARDIS is currently damaged, and there's a bunch of electromagnetic fields that screwed with the TARDIS during this whole serial.
But he's in a time machine.
The electromagnetic fields from the Cybermen screwed with things.
But in the future, he's in a time machine.
Correct. And
he could go back and pick up Adric. Spaceship still crashes into Earth. This makes
the Doctor eventually has a chance to save one companion.
Because he's in a time machine. You could
it's for a different reason.
Companion.
No, it's for a different reason. No.
The TARDIS?
Some things are time locked. Some things are quantum locked. You can't change them.
Can the TARDIS travel back in time and materialize inside of itself?
Not inside of itself, but inside of another TARDIS we've actually seen.
It can't materialize inside of itself in a fixed point in time?
No, nothing can materialize inside of itself.
Really?
Yeah.
Even in the past? Like if you're here now, 10 minutes I shrink you down, teleport you 15 minutes in the past, you swallow shrunk down you're materialized inside of you.
Yeah, I want to see this.
It's, you ever watch Magic School Bus?
No!
That was a very major episode.
Okay, what other questions do you have?
He's in a time machine.
Adric is dead, unfortunately.
What? Didn't we really like Adric?
Yes and no.
I like Adric.
He's annoying, but I do like his loyalty to the Doctor. But he spent half his time being loyal/disloyal. Oh yes, I'm going to be a god by these vampires in E-Space. Or, yes, I'm going to agree with the Master. And
that was a ploy too.
Right. Some of it was play, some of it was not. Yeah. I do like Adric, but
control.
I do like Adric, but his character back in the day was maligned by some of the audience.
So Adric dies. Mm-hmm. Then Tegan will drop her back off at Earth, but it's okay because they already got replaced by the other two Starship Troopers.
They're not companions.
So the Cybermen use the same excuse as the Centaurans do to torture people, which is also the excuse they use to do acts of revenge without emotion, which is it's for science, it's for experimentation.
They did do that. Yes.
We have to know how humans react to being tortured.
So we study.
We have to know how Time Lords react to seeing their favorite planet being destroyed.
Well,
like Alduin.
It's like a great line in the fourth episode. It's like
Dantooine.
She gets on the screen the Earth. She says, "Oh, it's good to know where we're going." And the first mate goes, "Well, we know where we're going." She goes, "Well, it'll be good to know when we get there."
And then Adric, the Earth gets bigger and bigger as he's hurtling towards it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have his gold star of scientific.
Right, the doctor had it, but he's
so instead he clutches his sash.
Yeah.
And he just goes, I'll never know if I was right or not.
Yeah.
Rough.
So
that's all my questions.
Okay. Okay. All right. Our first major, not minor, but major companion death. Rough serial.
Oh, Romana's still in
good,
space.
But rough. No, she's in negative space.
What? Adric said Romana was still in No, Nissa said Romana was still in E-space.
No, Adric said Romana was in space, but he was wrong because she crossed over into the negative space from E-space. He didn't know that.
So all he needs to do is get to negative space, and then Romana can...
Oh, no, he was just looking for an excuse to go to E-space, but he was factually incorrect on that. Alright. Okay, so you and I are here. We're looking at time flight.
We're all the way down here.
Yep. The main group is right there. Vengeance on Veros.
I'll pull that one
and
out.
we're catching up to them. We are catching up to
Next one is Time Flight. Pull that one out.
That's the one that is pulled out. It's Time Flight.
Oh, Time Flight. This is the one we just watched?
No, that's Time Flight.
I'll pull that out so we...
No, put that back. Alright. Okay. In terms of Doctor Who news... Nothing major on the news show. We're just waiting for the 3 60th anniversary specials. But in terms of old news, or in terms of news about old stuff, there was a man who collected back in the day a ton of old films and TV shows on film.
The collector, yeah.
Okay? He collected all this stuff, like tons of it. It was so much that he didn't even catalog half of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not even half of it. But in 2011, he realized he had 2 episodes of Doctor Who that were missing from the BBC, and they returned them to the BBC. Okay, so there's hope that amongst the other 60% or so of what he has after he died, which all of what he died has been, I believe, procured by the BBC.
They haven't even gone through it?
No, he hadn't cataloged it. He had so much stuff, he hadn't gone through and seen what it all was.
Oh.
But the BBC has...
So he just took all of it?
He just bought all the stuff, yeah. Oh. He apparently was wealthy. But the BBC has managed to make sure that this collection will survive. Mm-hmm. They have access to it. And they're going to go through, confirm what he had cataloged, and then go through what he hadn't cataloged. And hopefully there's some more Doctor Who episodes in there. So we may get some more missing episodes found, hopefully for the 60th anniversary. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry this guy has passed away. Bless his soul. But hopefully they find some more Doctor Who episodes in there. There's rumors of at least 2. So,
which 2 do you think? Marco Polo?
I would love for Marco Polo to be found.
Or are we missing 4 from Marco Polo?
We're missing 7. All 7 episodes of Marco Polo.
All of them?
All of them.
That was a rough reconstruction.
Yes. But if we only could find...
That was 7 episodes.
If we could only find 2 episodes, I would like for those 2 to be the Crusade, the missing episodes of the Crusade. Because... they've talked about how it's too expensive to animate because there's so many costumes and so many characters to finish it off. But so it may never be finished off by animation. But if they can't do that,
I think they're just being cheap.
Well, but there's the new thing, the new deal they've got with somebody. So hopefully they finish them all. But
it's also the BBC.
Right, but if they can't do it,
that would finish off the entire second season. And that would be our first fully complete by actual episodes or animated episodes of the first 6 seasons, the first 2 Doctors. Because there's something missing on each of the first 6 seasons.
Do you watch a lot of British television?
Fairly.
Like, you ever watch The Taskmaster?
No.
That Numbers game?
No.
Or,
it's more classic British television.
Fry and Laurie? A bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
A bit of Fry and Laurie.
Just a bit.
Fawlty Towers, Doctor Who,
Simpsons.
It's not British.
Fox.
Alright. Any other questions or anything?
You know what the Fox says?
Ding 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 ding.
It says, cease and desist. As that is my IP and that's all the Doctor Who news we have for the week.
Alright, have fun. We will see you in 4 weeks.
Next time for Time Flight.
Time Flight. And we'll finish off this season and hopefully have a vote on this season.
Which is the... so wait till next month with bated breath as we decide the best of all time.
Well, the best serial of the season.
For Davidson.
Well, no, it's the first season of Davidson.
Because it only goes downhill from here. The first season is Davidson's best season.
No. Okay, the best serial of Davidson is his last one.
Oh, okay. So he makes a comeback.
No, it's all kind of up and down questionable, but it is, I hate to say this, universally acknowledged that his final serial is his best one.
It sounds like I need to get back on the forums and do some arguing. I still haven't got on, what is it, Forum Spy?
Digital Spy.
Digital Spy.
Doctor Who, yeah. Alright, we'll see you next time. Thanks you so much for joining us, the 5 of you out there.
Do you have like an arch nemesis that follows all of your Digital Spy threads and disagrees with you? Because if not, you're about to.
Thank you. Alright.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye! Let's see. What's our outro? Do boop boop ba doop boop.
Boop beep.